Hey, my babies, a special shout out to Jasmine Cruz for becoming a subscriber to Auntie's channel. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in here and subscribe to Auntie's channel today. Hey, my babies, it's Auntie Trice here with another video for you. If you have not done so, please go ahead and follow me on all of my social media sites listed in the description box underneath this video. Go ahead and like this video on your way in here, and don't forget to subscribe to Auntie's channel today, my babies, because it costs $0 to support Auntie. So why haven't you done it yet? Okay, my babies, I got my handy dandy notebook. I got something to smoke on, but we ain't gonna be smoking in here. Y'all know I gotta go outside to do that because I don't want my house smelling like herbal essence all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I have visitors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably gonna go outside after this video and take me a quick little puff. But I got my handy dandy notebook, and it's time for us to get into the tea for today. So in the wake of Cassie suing Diddy and airing out a lot of Diddy's business, a lot of stuff has been coming out, and a lot of people have been coming out saying a lot of stuff about Diddy. This is crazy. I'm being serious. So Diddy apparently has blown up Kid Cudi's car. He's got into an altercation before with, I want to say, J. Cole. He got into something a while back with somebody else. He done did Danity Kane all kind of wrong, as well as all of his artists that were signed to, all of his other artists that were signed to Bad Boy Records. Diddy is not a good man, and we kind of been telling y'all this for a minute. This man is really, really wicked, and we been knew about this. I've been heard about stories about Diddy all throughout the 90s, how nasty he was. So, and we seen it. I seen how nasty Diddy was. I grew up around the time when Making the Band was coming out, and it was on TV. I grew up seeing what Diddy was doing. So I never really was a big fan of Diddy. Never. So I believe the victim the first time in this. Everything that Cassie said in that affidavit that he did, I believe that he did it. I ain't even gonna hold you. Diddy, you did that shit. That's why you settled out of court that fast. I don't care what your lawyer's sitting around here saying, talking about, oh, this is not an admission of guilt. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You tortured that poor young girl. You tortured that poor young girl for about 10 years. And you owed her that money. That's why you gave her that money. Okay? So let me tell you why, first of all, Diddy gave her that money. Let me go ahead and tell you. Cassie had already been telling Diddy, you owe me. Stop playing. Pay me. You already don't want to pay other people, because Diddy has a history of not paying people, including his artists, like I said earlier. So she was like, Diddy, you still owe me. Where the money at? Where the checks? Diddy allegedly said, I ain't giving you shit, Cass. I ain't giving you nothing else. So Cassie said, you're not giving me nothing? He said, no, I'm not giving you nothing. Cassie said, I'm going to court. I'll see you in court. Bow. And that's what she did. And you know what happened? Diddy said, bow, I'm going to cough up this money. But you should have coughed up the money before she did the lawsuit. Not all your business coming out. And everybody is jumping on this I hate Diddy bandwagon or surviving Diddy bandwagon. And they coming out and they ready to tell their story. How I survived Diddy story. Everybody ready to do it now. Thank you, Cassie. We needed a catalyst. We needed somebody to jumpstart this thing. Thank you, Cassie. We was wondering when you was gonna talk. We was wondering when you was gonna tell your story. We was wondering. I'm so glad that you did. I am so sorry that you went through this, Cassie. But thanks to you coming out about this, a lot more other people can come out and say, Diddy, you ain't crap, and I want my money. Period. Bankrupt Diddy. Diddy shouldn't have. Diddy should have been famous in the first place because he don't do nothing. Diddy don't do nothing. Be like, take that, take that, take that. What's that? Diddy don't be doing nothing. He rap like he reading it off of a teleprompter. That's how he rap. Like he reading it off of a screen. Like no, Diddy didn't have no talent. He was piggybacking off of Mace, piggybacking off of Biggie. He was piggybacking off of all of them. He never had no talent. So, like I said, in the wake of Cassie coming out, everybody else got something to say about their Diddy stories, surviving Diddy. And someone by the name of Aunt Glizzy came out and stated that the person that Cassie probably was talking about in her affidavit, because there was a part in Cassie's affidavit where she said that she was with her friends and Diddy dangled one of her friends over a balcony by their legs, by their feet, hung him over the balcony, or hung her. I don't know if it was him or her. I gotta go.
We in the studio, and this girl in the studio, and she's singing, but the girl is Cassie at the time. I don't really know what's going on. I just make sure big singer. I'm not a musician. I'm not a music guy at this time. I'm not in the music. I'm just there with Shy. I literally make sure Shy. All right, I know like the popping people. Wale been telling us like before we even get to the studio with him and Cassie in the studio. Wale was already telling us like, man, we better go to the studio with Cassie. Man, Diddy be acting crazy over her. Diddy don't want nobody working around her, so y'all make sure y'all don't look at her too wild or make her feel uncomfortable. Or if you see her security guys with her, just prepping us on how crazy Diddy act over her. Like any guys that's around her in her vicinity, while Diddy not around, he kirks off, he goes off. We make it through the session. We probably like an hour in the session, like an hour into the session, maybe two. Her and Wale doing what they doing in the studio.
I gotta go look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was a him. So y'all seen that clip of Aunt Glizzy saying, how Wale was there in the studio with them, and he was telling, him and Shy about Diddy, saying that Diddy is really crazy over Cassie. So while he's sitting over here saying, Diddy is crazy over Cassie or whatever, him and Cassie were in the studio and they were doing some music. They were working in a professional mindset. Nothing crazy was going on. That's what Mr. Glizzy said. Nothing crazy was going on. Diddy just came with his peoples. And then they took Wale and they dangled him out the window. Had him just screaming for his life, like, let me up. So they pulled him up. They pulled him up from out of the window, from dangling him. And they say, Wale, they dangled Wale so bad, and he would kick it so bad, he kicked himself out of his shoes. Lord. So they brought him back over the window and they let Wale go or whatever. Wale has since come out and said, that never freaking happened. Y'all. Let me show y'all Wale's response. Wale has responded to rumors that Diddy allegedly hung him off a balcony. Okay, he reposted a tweet from someone, and he said, wild times. The tweet said they be itching for a story, not even caring about how it'll affect someone. Wild trash. And Wale responded and said, wild times, with the repost. He also tweeted and said, the slow demise of authentic journalism. I used to pray for gullible, now I'm scared of them. Honey, Wale denies being the man Diddy dangled over the balcony, claims he never met Cassie before, and the man by the name of Aunt Glizzy, who was the one that told the story, was inspired by the 5 heartbeats. It's a shame that a complete fabrication has gotten this far. Okay, let's talk about it. Wale is denying all rumors that he was involved in an altercation with Diddy over Cassie after a man, named Aunt Glizzy set the internet on fire with the story he claimed he witnessed. Via a statement through his management to TMZ, Wale says he never met Cassie nor Aunt, and it's a shame that the story has gotten this far. He maintains that it's completely false and believes Aunt made it up because he was inspired by the movie The 5 Heartbeats. It's a shame that a complete fabrication has gotten this far and that we have to dignify it with a response, the statement reads. It is a fantasy written by an outsider to exploit a viral story for clicks. The author must have watched the 5 Heartbeats on basic cable and was inspired. They have never been in the same room as the people mentioned. Wale has never met Cassie or the author and was never involved in any type of altercation. He wishes peace to everyone involved in the settlement. Wale say that never freaking happened, and there's a lot of people coming out there saying Aunt Glizzy is out of DC and he's known for doing things like this. So I'm kind of scared to actually believe this story right here because a lot of people are coming out saying that Aunt Glizzy is known for just making up stories on people. And while I even, has come out and said that Aunt Glizzy fabricated the story from a scene off of the 5 Heartbeats. Let me show y'all the scene off of the 5 Heartbeats that Aunt Glizzy is fabricating from. Clip that they talking about from the 5 Heartbeats. All my younger generation, you're not gonna know who this is, but the old heads, y'all know the 5 Heartbeat movie, the 5 Heartbeats. That the movie that premiered in the 90s. Y'all know about it. Now watch this. This is the famous scene from the 5 Heartbeats where Big Red dangled one of his artists out the window and had them saying, "My office hours are from 9 to 5." I remember that. I just remember that. That was such a traumatic scene for me. But let me start talking and let y'all see it. Let me start talking so y'all can see it. Look at Big Red. So in this case, P. Diddy is like Big Red. Look what he doing. And that's his artist that he's doing that to. Look, rip the man pants. Look. Look. That's sad. So y'all seen that clip from that movie, The 5 Heartbeats, and from my younger generation, y'all need to Google that. Y'all need to see that. That is a movie that came out in the 90s about a male group that was just out here just trying to make it in life. It was the first, before Making the Band came out, this was the first Making the Band. the movie. This was the first Making the Band, the movie, before Making the Band even came out. But that movie gives you the ins and outs of the, music industry, in the entertainment industry. It shows you the highs and lows of what you go through in the music industry. So I love that movie. But the character that they saying that Diddy was playing in that movie is the Big Red character. He is the person in control of publishing, distribution, and getting to people's shows. You know what I'm saying? He was like their manager slash whatever he was. He pretty much held their career in his hands, like how Diddy was doing with the rest of his people. How Diddy was doing with his people. He held their career in their hands. Anything that they had to do, Red had to sign off on it, just like how Diddy did with his people. And one of his artists was stepping to him about a situation because he felt like he wasn't getting paid what he should have been getting paid. And he came to talk to the man about it. And the man dangled him out the doggone window. Like I did it, dangled Wale out of the doggone window. But Wale went coming for Diddy about no money. Wale was supposedly, allegedly, in the studio with Cassie doing some music. And Diddy flipped out and dangled Wale over the window. But I have a hard time believing this. I have a hard time believing Aunt Glizzy because of the fact that a lot of people have been coming out, his own people, because he's a native of DC. So his own people are coming out saying Aunt Glizzy do this shit all the time. Like, he's a very questionable person to get this type of information from. He do things like this all the time where he's clout chasing. He don't be in the scene, nothing. He just be lying about it. And Aunt Glizzy, if you're lying about this situation, which I kind of do believe you are lying about this situation, because in the affidavit, Cassie's affidavit, how you describe the story of Wale, she has a totally different story in that affidavit. So, yeah, it was a story about somebody getting dangled out the window, but how she described how the incident happened and how you describe how the incident happened is like two total different descriptions. So she might be talking about somebody else. But Aunt Glizzy, baby, if you clout chasing, baby, this is not the time to be doing that. Doing clickbait shit, that's not the time to be doing that. People are really suffering for real. People are really going through things for real. Like, don't throw nobody in this mess. Like, don't throw nobody else in this. This is a hot freaking mess. Okay? Don't bring people in something like this that they don't need to be in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just wrong. Cloud chasing is wrong as hell for me. Like, another person who I feel like is catching strays in this case is Usher. Usher been getting thrown all through the mud with Diddy, because Usher was also a person that stayed with Diddy. I want to say for a year, 2 years, he was underneath Diddy's guardianship, because Diddy was in charge of Usher's first album when he came out when he was like, 13, 14 years old. So his mother signed over guardianship to Diddy so that he could produce Usher's album. And even Usher has come out since then and said that he has seen some things that he probably shouldn't have saw at his young age being under Diddy's care. Okay, so Usher has been astray in some of all of this too, especially, when Kiki Mama came out and was like, oh, Usher is gay. You worried about Usher messing with Kiki and Usher is gay. So, it's a lot of strays being thrown at this man. Do y'all know that Usher is actually going through his own personal trauma right now? He just lost a really good close friend of his, like a drummer, a fellow musician that he was associated with, and who played for him frequently on his tours and shows. So he was really close to this man. Usher lost a friend, and he has to deal with a loss on top of y'all on the internet just throwing dirt on his name. Like, just, oh, Usher, when you gonna come out and tell what's going on with and what you saw with Diddy? He don't have to tell y'all nothing. He don't have to tell y'all nothing. He owes y'all no explanation of what he saw. He owes y'all no explanation of what he experienced in his life. Just like I feel like y'all are mad at Cassie for coming in and getting this money and winning this settlement and saying, oh, you're supposed to be a voice for people who were abused. Peter Guns. Yes, I'm talking to you, Peter Guns. You're supposed to be a voice for people who had been abused. She never once said she was trying to be a voice for people that had been abused. She wanted to get her money.
So this doesn't happen to somebody else. So I'm doing this. It's not about the money. It's about this not happening to somebody else. But then you get enough money and you shut the fuck up. So which one is it? That's my question. Are we trying to be the voice just so this doesn't happen to somebody else, or are we gonna grab this money and shut the fuck up? That's what I was saying.
Okay. And my opinion on that is that if you listen to Cassie, agreeing with you, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't agree. This is what I'm saying. Number one, it was civil. Civil means money. So there was never any kind of dispute about what was going on here. There was never a dispute about what was the aim here. This is not a criminal case. He did not take a criminal case and make it civil. She did not start cooperating with the cops and then change up. She was in a civil case from the beginning, which meant she wanted money. If you listen to Cassie, Cassie's been saying, I've been asking Puff for money for years, and this nigga been on me. So I said, this is what's about to happen. I'm gonna write this book. I'm gonna get my money some kind of way.
So it's a money grab. You agree with me?
I'm not agreeing with you, because Cassie never came out and said that she didn't want money. What Cassie did was exactly what she was supposed to do. And I'm not saying nobody's guilty, because obviously everybody knows our relationship with Puff. Everybody knows our relationship with Cassie now. So all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that Puff is guilty or innocent. This is not about that. It's not about innocence or guilt. It's about what happened that we all know publicly. Cassie said she opened the door. She opened the door. So now all these girls
She
that we've
asked
been seeing.
for the money. He didn't do it. So she started putting the stuff out.
You know what you know? There's a New York precedent that says that, and I'm gonna have to get Monique on here because Monique just broke it down for me. The New York precedent that is over next week. It's over on Thanksgiving Day. That said, if you have a civil suit that you want to do, that's how the girls get in L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid got the same going on. Because I ain't talking about L.A., but another girl came out from Def Jam, or Arista, and said that L.A. sexy assaulted her. Another girl came out and said Bill Cosby assaulted her. The New York statute is over next week.
I say that.
Peter, please shut up. I ain't even gonna say please be quiet. Peter, please shut up. Shut up. You know another person that need to shut up. Slim Thug, please shut up.
Back and getting Bill Cosby, coming back and getting Puff. I don't believe in that, man. When shit go down, speak on that shit right then, or it's out of it. It should be null and void. You shouldn't even have no type of nothing. You shouldn't be able to do shit unless you let the people know what happened immediately. There should be a time limit on this shit. What happened was you got around them motherfuckers stand up on love shit. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what always happened, right? You was with a billionaire with all this bread all this time, and then you went followed your heart to with a trainer. That motherfucking apartment got smiled in the bitch. That lifestyle fell off. Now it's struggle time. The love wearing off, and now you trying to come up with ways to figure out how to get paid. Now I'm healed and I can talk about it. I want to expose niggas in my books. You did that. You participated. You ain't saying for nothing. You did that. So stand on that, man. Quit trying to expose people for money. Like, what the Nah, that apartment got smiled. You and that dude you left for love. You let your homegirls hype you up when you was with him. You let them homegirls hype you up to tell you, girl, he treating you bad. He cheating on you. He messing with them. Back and getting Bill Cosby, coming back and getting Puff. I don't believe in that, man. When shit go down, speak on that shit right then, or it's out of it. It should be null and void. You should. Bill Cosby is not guilty of all that. They were getting high with him, having fun with him, turning up with him. When they went broke, they started trying to do all this extra. Get the out of here, man. I ain't turning on my heroes over these old fake money grabs, man. Straight up like that. And make that go viral. I ain't turning on my heroes over these lame ass money grabs. Straight up like that. You ain't finna turn my heroes into motherfucking all this weird you turn people into trying to get some money. This is why women don't come forward. No, if somebody did something to you, women, come forward. Tell them then, though. You know what I'm saying? Tell them then. Or around that, go tell somebody you love. Tell your mama. Tell somebody, please. But when you waiting all this time and then you sue and you ain't go to the police, it sounds suspicious. It sounds fishy. Diddy is my hero. Get out money. I'm talking about motherfucking Bill Cosby. I'm talking about black men who were successful. Yeah, I'm talking about who ain't got it from nothing. That's what I'm talking about. So you get off the groupie shit if you want to be a goofball. Yeah. Call the police if somebody did something to you, man. Call the police, man. Straight up like that. It don't take that. You call them talking about something happened in the 70s, man. Stop the cap, man. Stop the cap, man. We from the streets. We know scammers when we see them, man. We ain't lame. Like, I'm sorry, we don't agree on everything. I can still take you to Starbucks and buy you a drink, and we can sit down and chop it up. Like, I don't hate nobody. I don't even hate Cassie. It was just my opinion. I ain't want it to go worldwide. I don't do this to ever be on social media other pages. I just be talking to y'all, my people. Yeah, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? I just on here every single day. I do this every single day. I just give y'all my opinion. That's it. I don't make nothing. I'm just speaking from, you know, my seeing life and seeing what happens in life. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, like, but if I said something wrong, yeah, say correct me, say something, tell me. I'm here. I'm not running from nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with a lot of people on a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, we don't gotta agree on everything to have a conversation. I ain't that smart.
Slim Thug, I just learned something about you that I didn't even know. Slim Thug, you got a baby by your cousin. So you double kin to your child. You know that it's a lot of people that do that out here in the South. The South is known for doing stuff like that. The South is known for y'all having cousin babies. By a lot of y'all having babies with your family members. That a lot of incest, that incest stuff is rampant in the South. It's rampant in the South. They don't give a fuck if your cousins. They don't care if some of them don't care if your brother and sister. That incest stuff is really rampant down here in the South. It don't make no sense. I see it. Who don't come to Havana? Don't come over here to Havana. Don't do that. Everybody kin. All of us double kin to each other around Gaston County. You want to know why? Because that's what the cousins did. The cousins in this area in Gaston County literally were sleeping with each other, making cousin babies. Cousins make dozens. That's where that term kissing cousins come from. It's a southern thing. That's one thing I don't do. Yes, I am a southern lady. It's one thing I don't participate in. That ancestral culture that is down here in the South, I'm not a part of that. But Slim Thug, I heard you a part of that, you nasty scoundrel. Boy, you slept with your cousin and got a baby, but you on here telling women that they need... What you said, Slim Thug? When the shit happened to you, you need to say it right then. Well, you knew right then that was your cousin, but you still nutted it and got a baby. You nasty dog, you. Instead of you sitting over here telling women when it is the appropriate time to come out about their stories, you should have probably just kept your dick in your pants when it came to your cousin, because you fucking knew that that girl was related to you, but you still stuck your penis in that woman and had a baby with that woman. You still procreated with your family member. But you sitting around here telling people when it is an appropriate time to come out with their story. I suggest you also go and read that affidavit that Cassie had put out, all 35 pages of it. You will see on numerous occasions Cassie has tried to leave Diddy, and Diddy has sent people after her to bring her back to him. But you are telling Cassie that she should have came out with this story when it first happened, when she couldn't even leave him when she wanted to leave him the first time when the stuff happened. I tell y'all to think before y'all speak. I tell you to think before you get on the internet spewing all types of nonsense, because it can come back and bite you in the ass. This came back and bit you in the ass, Slim Thug. You thought you was doing something when you did it, huh? No, baby, you weren't doing nothing but making a fool of yourself. 9 times out of 10, that's what men normally do when they open their mouth. You make a big fool of yourself because y'all don't think. You don't think at all. You just talk. You don't think at all, and you don't feel nothing. You just talk. You just vomit out nonsense. It's just crazy. Like, you know, if you would have kept your mouth shut, everybody probably knew in that area in Texas that you slept with everybody locally in that area knew that you had sex with your cousin and you had a baby with her. But I'm from Florida. I'm not from Texas. So I didn't know that happened. But I know now because you opened your mouth. You should have kept your mouth shut. You had to come and put your 2 cents in it. You had to come and validate and support an abuser. So, we had to put you in your place and let you know, like, your cousin baby is waiting on you. Your cousin baby, which so happens to be your baby, is waiting on you. Like, you your baby mama cousin. You get what I just said? Oh, we're going to move off you, Slim Thug. We're going to move off you and your cousin, baby. We're going to move off of that. Who else is mad? Aubrey O'Day is mad. She tweeted money over accountability and everything else. Let me tell y'all something. This needed to be done. A civil case needed to be done so that we can work up and build up enough evidence for a criminal case. Y'all see how all these people coming out now that Cassie made that civil case, all these people coming out and saying this crap on Diddy. Y'all keep coming out. A criminal case is going to be pending against Diddy soon. Keep coming out. We needed a jump start to it. And Cassie was the catalyst. She's the jump start to it. Thank you, Cassie. I'm going to continue to say thank you, Cassie. You did what you needed to do. Period. Now they're building up enough case and enough evidence on Diddy, and they will end up charging him criminally very soon. Mark my words. On November 21st of 2023, you heard Auntie say this. Diddy is going to start being prosecuted criminally very soon. They are building a case against Diddy as we speak. Right now. Right now. They just waiting on a whole bunch of people to keep coming forward. Keep coming forward. They just need to build up evidence on Diddy, and they finna put his ass in jail. He finna go to prison. Prison. That's why he got pictures out now floating around with his head in his hands, like he just so stressed out. I be stressed out too, did all that shit. The roosters have come home to roost. The roosters have come home to roost. That's a southern term for it's a wrap for your ass. It's a wrap for your ass. Your ass is grass, did it. And then them prosecutors, they the lawnmower. Your ass is grass. And them prosecutors is the lawnmower. They finna lock your ass up. And I'm about ready for them to do it too, because your ass should have been locked up a long time ago. They sitting up here prosecuting Young Thug RICO charges. Oh, it's your turn now, Diddy. We are witnessing the fall of Diddy, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. Let's carry on. Derek Chauvin, that judge say your ass is finna stay in prison for the rest of your life. Derek Chauvin has 22 and a half years to serve in prison. That's the rest of his life. The judge has denied your appeal to overturn your conviction once again, because he's always every couple of months he's throwing an appeal in to overturn his conviction of those 22 and a half years. And the U.S. Supreme Court judge has said once again, hell no, you gonna serve them 22 and a half years. Y'all know who Derek Chauvin, former Minnesota police officer that killed George Floyd back in 2020 by just standing on his neck, putting his knee in his neck, and suffocated the man. So now that he has been convicted pretty much of George Floyd's murder, he has to serve 22 and a half years in prison. And every doggone 6 months, he's sending in an appeal trying to overturn his conviction and get a lesser sentence, or trying to get out, period. And the judge denies it every time. You gonna stay in prison. You're gonna stay in prison. You're not getting out for a while, so you might as well read a book. Yeah, you might as well read a book. You might as well, get a degree or something while you're in there, because you're not getting out for a while. You might want to work on your social skills, your communication skills. You might want to work on not trying to put your knee in somebody's neck when you're, giving commands and things like that. Oh, you're never going to be able to be a police officer again, so that doesn't matter. So Derek Chauvin, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. Okay, so stop sending in them appeals, wasting the taxpayers' money on that shit, because you ain't getting out. Well, that's all that Auntie got to talk to y'all about for tonight, my babies. I love you. Thank you to my new followers and to my new subscribers. I see you. I appreciate you. Keep running them numbers up. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video on your way in here. And also subscribe to Auntie's channel today. All that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.